You so messy.
Oh, look at it. Whoa.
Yo.
Welcome back. Welcome
in. Welcome all.
to
Welcome
Shift
in.
Real Talk TV podcast. Y'all listen. Today we gonna talk about something
We
heavy.
got a dope show
We're gonna talk about something heavy. Now I don't know if any of you are like me, but I've been in a relationship before where I feel like that I don't understand why you just gotta lie like that. And I don't think sometimes men even realize that when you lie about the little things and you think it's just a little white
don't
lie.
just put it on men.
Well, I'm talking for me and my girls.
Okay.
It's like if you lie about the little things, guess what we're gonna be thinking? What else you lying about?
Yeah.
What else are you if you're gonna lie about something small like that, what else are you lying about? So we're gonna get into this conversation today.
Why did you have to lie?
Why did you have to lie?
Why'd you have to lie?
You gotta say it like that, babe. Why not? You don't say it like that. Let me say it. Why do you have to lie? So, okay, this is a Shift Real Talk podcast where we talk about love. We getting down to some life be lifing, and we talking about relationships. And this is what we do every Tuesday. So make sure you call your friends, dial somebody up, let them know Shift Real Talk is now on. We live, 8 o'clock. So we want you to just sit back, relax, get in the chats, say what you got to say about this topic because we talk back. We talk a lot of shift, but we can back it up, okay? Anyway, I'm your girl, Lady Free.
And I'm definitely your boy, Pastor J.
And we about to get in there.
And we about to figure out
Why?
about this lie thing.
Why?
Listen,
Why?
I'm gonna tell you why. I mean, once we go into it, man. But man, we gonna break. Listen, before we move on and before we go to the clip, before we go to the station identification, please, y'all, we want y'all to log in with us, like and share, so you don't miss no episodes. Like, share, and subscribe. Most of all, please subscribe.
Right.
We almost to our goal. We literally about 300-400 away from the goal that we trying to get to, y'all, because we want to keep bringing y'all this content, man. So make sure y'all like and share. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Y'all become a part of Shift Nation, man, so that we can, let y'all know, keep y'all informed what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, so we get these relationships right.
So we get this going up, man. Yes,
okay, so before we go into, because we got a little clip we going to play today. Now, the clip comes from season 18 of
Married at First Sight.
Married at First Sight with Pastor Cal and Dr. Pepper and Dr. Pia. Now,
they was gonna bring on Dr. Sprite, but Dr. Cola said no.
Dr. Cola said, Dr. Pepper, if you bring on Dr. Sprite, you got to bring on. Okay, so this episode, the reason why we're talking about why did you have to lie is because there was a lie that was told on this episode. If you did not see this episode of Married at First Sight, season 18, episode 15, then you got to go back and watch it. Because my husband looked at it, and what you say, babe?
I said, oh my God, I used to do that.
He said, that's what it looked like?
That's what I didn't know. Yeah, I used to do that. It was like, man, boom, right, boom, think of it quick. like quick on the toes. And he get boom, boom. And you know how it is when you're a good liar if you can come back on your toes, like right when you are faced with the adversity of the question and you got to kind of deal with the, coming up with the lie, and you come up with one like that. You know what that tells me? Because sometimes we don't even realize coming up with it like that,
right,
how stupid it sounds.
And that's what we see.
And it's like,
we looking like,
what?
And we hearing you say this, and there are little cues. There are cues that you get from what you hearing this man or woman, as you said before, say. It's like, first of all, you didn't even answer the question. So if I ask you another question, then you saying I'm doing too much, I'm pushing, then you're going to turn it on me. Then we're going to be in an argument to take us way away from the lie into something that I did. So we're gonna talk about, man, we're going to talk about this today about, look, dude, why you had to lie. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and play this clip. For those of you who are watching, for those who have not come on yet, we sorry that you're going to miss this little clip. It's very vital to what we're about to talk about, but I believe that you will be able to get in where you fit in. So let's go ahead and play the clip.
I got a very interesting text message from you last night. What was that about? Last night, David texted me, "You are so fine. I want to eat you up." Like, he didn't reply back to that message at all. Like, he never ever texted me again after that message. And so there's tons of questions.
That was about food. My cousin Denise texted me, and I was like, I'd eat her up, the food that she had right now.
How is it about food?
She was holding food. She sent me a picture of food that they were eating because they invited me out, and I was like, I just want to eat you up right now because she had all the food.
Oh, so that wasn't even to me?
No, it was definitely not to you. You weren't with me.
Oh, why didn't you say that? Because I've been, like, thinking it was super weird all
no,
day.
yeah, my fault. I thought we'd talk about it when we were here. It wasn't a big deal. I was like, and I didn't know if you got it either, so, because I deleted it real quick because I didn't want you to.
I got it, all right.
My bad.
Whoa.
I went to this place in Chinatown, and it looked so delicious.
So the text message wasn't a drunk message, it was an accident?
Yeah, no, it was definitely. We just said made it to Casey's because I told my cousin that my parents were going to come out. And then she's like, oh, well, we're back in Chinatown if you want to come. And then I was like, they're not coming. So I was like, I was just going to stay there.
What?
Whoa.
What?
Whoa. When I first saw that, I said, oh my God, I used to do that. I did. I used to do that. And I had to call my wife and tell her, like, whoa, is that what it looked like? Because he took one little thought, and then he came up with a lie. And the lie did not make it didn't make sense.
All.
He said he wanted to eat her up because she showed him a picture of food. Now let's look at that. Let's go. How you doing? Hey, Aunt Liza, and hey, Patricia.
Hey,
you know what I'm
guys.
saying?
How y'all doing?
You seen this episode, Aunt Liza? Yes. We wanted to tell, because I used to lie like that. I did. The topic today is, why did you have to lie?
Why you gotta lie? Why you gotta lie?
The crazy part was, the crazy part is, nobody, I don't care where you are in the US of A, you ain't sending nobody a personal picture of food. You're just not going to do that. I've never seen nobody send, but we go out to eat. I don't never take a picture of the food and send. I mean, I don't care how good. Now,
maybe there are foodies out here that social media has created something called foodies.
That makes you say, you look so good.
No, exactly. No. I mean, the food, did it have on like a black shirt and shorts? He said, you look so good. I want to eat you up.
Not the food.
Not it.
Not it. It's you. That was directed specifically to a person. But here's the thing. Okay, you know what the crazy part is? I get it. I do. I can relate. This is why I wanted to talk about it. This is why this became the topic today, because I can relate.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to tell you, because there are certain reasons why people lie. No excuse for it at all. None. But when you are scared to face the consequences of your actions, when you are in fear of rejection, or I believe this is why he lied, because he wanted to protect somebody's feelings, or he wanted to protect somebody else. He wanted to protect somebody's feelings. So because of that, you tell an untruth. But we don't realize the damage that we do when we lie. We don't understand the damage that we do when we don't tell the truth. And I want to ask y'all a question. I really want to ask y'all a question. This is the question I want to ask. And because, sometimes my memory goes a little bit. What hurts more? I want y'all to answer this, Aunt Liza and Patricia.
The nation.
Yeah, the nation.
This
What
question.
hurts more?
Hey, Darren.
What's up, Darren Phillips? What's up, man? I ain't see you, Darren. What hurts more? And I want you to answer this question.
Oh, I am.
What hurts more? Telling the truth itself or the betrayal behind the lie?
Wait. Say that again.
What hurts more?
What hurts who more?
You.
The person that's receiving the lie? Okay.
What hurts more?
Uh-huh.
The telling the truth itself or the betrayal behind the lie? I want y'all to answer that. What hurts more?
The betrayal behind the lie.
Yeah.
It does more damage.
Okay.
If you tell me, okay, first of all, you messed up.
Because the truth hurts too now.
Yeah, the truth hurts only because it's something you did that now has made me emotionally alter the way I feel about you and the way I see you.
Mm-hmm.
I no longer see you through that purity, that the way I liked you before because you did something to change that. But the betrayal, that's the part that hurts the worst. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because for the most part, a woman only wants to make sure, I'm not going to say only, but in our head, we be thinking, I know I'm not crazy. Mm-hmm. That's the part. It's like you lying makes us second guess our own common sense, our own mind, our own ability to see and discern. Because the thing is, we want to believe you. We want to believe that what you're saying. So you are in self-preservation mode. You only thinking about preserving the mess that you made. You're not thinking about the fact that what you're doing mentally is hurting me. What you're doing emotionally is hurting me. And here I am now stuck because I can't get past the thing of, is he lying to me? Yeah. Am I tripping? Especially if you turn it around on me with an argument. So that betrayal hurts more.
I'm sorry.
What happened?
I'm laughing at this comment Aunt Liza put.
What did Aunt Liza say?
She said he was talking to the chicken.
With them thighs. He was talking to the chicken with
he
them
was talking
thighs
to the
on
food.
Liza.
He wanted to eat that food up.
But that's like the betrayal.
I'm sorry, that was funny, Aunt Liza. I'm sorry, that was funny. Okay.
The betrayal, man, that hurts more.
Yeah.
Because now I'm not going to believe anything you say. Even if now what you say might be honest about other things, I'm in my head now thinking, wait a minute, what other things he been lying about?
Yeah, so, and that's what happened. So everybody's saying, Aunt Liza said she can forgive the actions but not the lies.
Yeah.
And Patricia definitely said the betrayal behind the lies.
The betrayal is the worst.
The actions are seeds. The lies are the roots that keeps growing.
Oof.
Yes, come on here. That's
and
true.
the fact that he stuck with the lie. Mm-hmm. He stuck. And you know what? Let me say this, though. That doggone female, what's her name? Madison? Mm-hmm. After I realized what was in works, what was brewing, I went back and I watched. She is such a manipulator. She manipulated that nice dude, Alan.
But hold on, before you go there, because I still want to kind of deal with it.
Because I was upset with her.
Yeah, I know. I don't want you, because you're going to go off topic.
I sure was. I was
upset.
Yeah,
come back. Let me reel you back in.
I was upset with her. Okay, go ahead.
Let me reel you back in. Let me say this. And I'm going to say this because, like I said, that was me. That was. I got to be honest.
I remember.
And I'll tell on myself anytime because I don't mind facing what I've done. And I've done that before. And I've done that a lot. I did. Mm-hmm. And it really, because like I said, I didn't know how to deal with letting people, I had a problem with letting people down. I had a problem with hurting people's feelings. And then not on top of hurting people's feelings, because I already knew telling the truth, it would warrant an attitude. It would warrant you getting mad. It would warrant you still getting upset.
So wouldn't you make a decision not to do that if that's something you don't like?
Yeah, but in the moment when you're not ready to deal. See, right now I can deal with the consequences.
Right.
I can deal with it because I take accountability for that. But I wasn't mature like I am now. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times we're not men, especially men who really don't. They have a problem with relating, or have a problem with communicating, or they have a problem with feeling a certain way,
or have a problem with facing the consequences of
have a
their
problem
own
with facing.
actions.
Yeah, but sometimes again, it even though it may be easier to tell the truth, and it may be easier, it honestly it is easier, but to us it's like, dang, I'm still going to get the same response if I tell you the truth. And then sometimes, again, a lot of times we don't want to deal with the actions or the reactions that come with us telling the truth, or the consequences, because you're gonna walk around mad, you're gonna walk around angry, you're gonna still walk around, you know what I'm saying, then, and even though it's a process, and then because the thing what happens is, for some reason when you are guilty for doing something that you lied about, what most men don't want to do is have to deal with answering the questions that come with it.
Why not? Because
it's almost like you're digging for information that I'm not ready to reveal.
Okay, so then that's the problem I have.
That be the attitude.
And it might, what you're saying, I'm not negating. But the problem I have is, if let's say I got some water on the stove and I'm about to make some soup, would you stick your hand in boiling water?
Mm-mm.
Why not?
It burns.
Right. So before you do it, you know that if you do it, it's gonna hurt you.
You're not thinking about that.
But see, that's not the point. I think that you should learn.
The thing is, you boiling the water.
Okay, but you are sticking your hand in it. You're gonna do something that's gonna cause hurt towards you, and it's gonna hurt me to see you hurting. Just to let you know.
9 times out of 10.
But wait to the period, because the thing that bothers me is, it is not foreign to anybody in this world that if you go and you emotionally cheat, physically cheat, or whatever it is on the person that you're in a relationship with, and they find out about it to the point where it brings you to have to be held accountable and tell the truth, you should already know that's going to happen, because what's done in the dark always going to come to light. So if you wouldn't stick your hand in boiling water because you know ahead of time that something bad is going to happen, why would you go out and cheat when you know that you're going to have to lie to get yourself out of it? You say, well, men, they don't want to face the conversation and the attitude. Well, you know attitude is going to come. If this woman is hurt behind what you did, her pain going to look like that.
Elijah said, accountability, a lot of people don't want to take that. Exactly. And then she said, if you make a mistake and lie, then there is room for grace. But if you continue to lie, then you have liabilities.
I love that, Eliza. Eliza said, you have liabilities, honey.
But I don't think nobody makes a mistake and lie. I'm saying for me, it wasn't a mistake. I knew what I did.
Yeah.
I knew.
You just didn't know how it looked.
I just didn't know how. I'm telling you, okay, you saying you boiled the water and I choose to stick my hand in it. But check this out. Let me be straight up. Let me be real with it. A lot of times we don't even like the water. We know that this water won't fit or it won't taste good with the cup that we have. We already have an ingredients in the cup, and the water you're boiling is not the water that I desire to put in this cup. So what we do is we still stick our hand in the water and get burned instead of saying, you know what, I'm not gonna deal with the water. I'm gonna leave it where it is and walk away and find the water or the soda or the orange juice that I desire to put in my cup. So, but what happens is, because there's already some type of connection, some type of hookup or connection, we don't want to either hurt the person, you know what I'm saying? Because that really mainly was the reason why I lied because I didn't want to hurt nobody.
Because you didn't want to hurt nobody, or you didn't want to have to deal with the fact that you still wanted to do what you wanted to do.
No, I didn't want to hurt nobody, and I didn't look at it that way. I looked at it like I didn't want to hurt nobody, so it's like, dang, you know what I'm saying, they're going to still look at me bad, but they still looked at me bad because it was like, dang, you still told it, all you had to do was tell. The crazy part was, most of the women that I did that to said, dang, if you would have told me the truth, I would have went along with it. Because
not just went along with it, we would have dealt with it. And why don't men believe that? When women say,
I don't think it's just men, because women do it too.
Well,
women do it too.
I can't say we don't, but I'm saying that with us, I can't speak for a man, I'm not one. So with a woman, When we say, look, if you had just told me the truth, then we could have got past this. Like, tell me the truth, and I will be able to say, you know what? I ain't like that he did that, but one thing I can say is he came out and he was honest about it.
Well, I mean,
but if you lie to my face,
so what is it? Let me ask y'all. Patricia said people feel they're not going to get caught, or they just don't care, or they're having an agreement, a disagreement, or agreement. Yeah, yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, I think too, Patricia, that a lot of people just don't want to deal with it. They don't want to take responsibility or take actions for their choices or their decisions. Because again, when you have to come back and lie, you have to lie again to cover that lie. And you got to lie again to cover that lie. So the whole situation it's a lying situation. And then with the person that you're lying to, they're already investigating in their head. They're already like, wait a minute, this stuff is just not adding up. What do you mean it ain't? I done told you what it, and then we deflect. Yep. You know what I'm saying? We deflect to make you think like you crazy because I done told. No, that's just you tripping. You tripping again.
Yep.
But it's a level of deflecting because guess what? Now it causes us to have to deal with, and that's what happens. You know, you don't want to have to deal with the pain of what you caused, and sometimes you don't want to have to deal with the accountability of what you caused. So you deflect and you try to keep it away.
So you put more pain on me by deflecting, making me feel like I'm the crazy one, or making do you see how much sense that does not make?
It doesn't make sense at all.
It's like
it does. And I thought, but you don't think that. Like I said, I didn't see it until I saw it, and I saw somebody else do it.
That's true.
And it was like, whoa,
and
that's what it looked like.
Even I believe if you had seen that back then, and we've had conversations like this,
I would have been like,
you would have been like, nah, and you would have took up for the fact that the reason why he lied was because. But now it's like you got to get to that place. That's why sometimes, y'all, when people are going through their process from being immature to being more mature, they see things totally different. So when you was like, whoa, babe, that's how it looked when I used to lie. I used to see it. I got a homegirl right now. She said her man do that. Like he'll lie, and it's like we know it's a lie because of certain body language, certain ways you look, how you can't look at me and you look away, or how you try to over-justify, right? Overreaching. It's like we know you lying. But the fact that we want you to say, yo, what did you do that for? Why did you say this? Now we interrogating you is what you call it. Now we trying to make you feel like that you on the chopping block. And it's like, no, I'm just trying to get down to the bottom of the truth. Because the truth is what's going to make me free.
I'm allowed to say, are we talking about lying in general? Because some people lie for no reason when it's not even that serious. That's true. Huh?
That's true.
No, that's true.
We talking about lying in like, why do you have to lie?
Why do you have to lie? Why do you? Yeah, some people lie generally. You know, they call them what, habitual liars or pathological.
That comes from somewhere though.
Pathological liar.
Yeah, that comes from
You're just
somewhere.
a pathological liar, and you lie for no reason at all. Yeah. But you know what that comes from? Sometimes when you're not happy with yourself and you want to look better than what you feel that you are, then you lie. You know what I'm saying? You got lie about what you have, lie about what you did, lie about what you have. It's because you really have an inner me problem.
And that's what I was gonna go to. It's an inside job.
Yeah, it's an inside job.
It's the roots. It's the fact that probably when you were young, you didn't have this and you didn't have that. Some kids get bullied and make a decision in their own heart and their soul that when I get older, I'll never, be poor. I'll never. So even if you don't have it, you're going to flourish like you do.
That's right.
Right? You're going to lie to kick it. Some people, when they're young, they are brought up in abusive households. So anything they do wrong, they get abused. They get beat or whatever the case, right? So they learn to lie really good to get out of trouble. And that becomes a pathology. That becomes something that they learn to do to get out of trouble. So guess what? When you do something you're not supposed to do and you come to the point where you and that lady have to have that conversation and she asking you, did you cheat on me? What's this in your phone? guess what you gonna do? It's what you've learned to do, a learned behavior. You gonna lie to get out of trouble.
You know what? That is so true.
Yeah, you gonna lie to
If
get
you
out
had
of
an
trouble.
abused life, if you had situations that happen to you, when you get questioned like that, it triggers that I don't want to get in trouble.
I don't
It
want to get in
does.
trouble.
I don't want to get in trouble, so let me lie like I did to get out of trouble. Because you know what the sad thing too, man. I remember, and I know somebody who's right now presently that's locked up, and what they're doing is trying to rework the system because, mind you, what they did, all it warrants right now is for them to tell the truth. But because they don't want to get in no more trouble than they already are, then they're lying about it. And then they trying to get witnesses to come in to testify for them. The witnesses are not showing up because it's like, you put me in a little bad situation. But all this person has to do is come clean and tell the truth. Because what you're arguing, even in the court system, is the lie.
You're arguing the lie.
You're arguing the lie and going forth with it because they don't want to deal with, and that's what it is. You don't want to get in trouble. So when you feel like you come to get out of getting in trouble, the first thing that we think about
The very first.
is to lie.
Yep.
Instead of just being honest and taking accountability. Because I promise you, the level of trust that you develop by just being, and I had to learn this the hard way. You know what I'm saying? I did. I had to learn it the hard way because it really started, people started not developing trust for me. Like if I say I'm going to be somewhere, man, you ain't coming. You say you coming on, and it's like, dang, But as I got older, when I was younger, I didn't care. I didn't care how nobody felt. But I cared how people felt.
Right.
But when they started feeling stuff about me, I didn't care. Like, I don't care what you think about me. But the crazy part was I had the mentality to care about how they felt. So it didn't line up.
Right.
But again,
It was false.
yeah, it was false. But as I got older and as I matured, it was like, dang, like my word is all that I have. You know what I'm saying? And it's, even to this day, some things don't go the way I plan, but I'm not gonna lie about it. You know what I'm saying? Look, hey, this is what it is. My bad, my apologies. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Sometimes you can't help how some relationships go because some things are beyond your control. But you don't want to take control over it by lying because you're scared to deal with the consequences that come behind it. You know what I'm saying? And that's so true. That's so true.
Absolutely. And it's like what people don't understand is
Allah just said they be swearing on the Bible. On God. They say on God.
Right.
Yeah, on God.
Yeah.
On God. What? On God. Don't swear on my God. Don't put
Right.
don't put your fool on God. Kid. That's the new language they saying now.
Yeah.
On God, kid. On God, man. On God.
blasphemy. Because at the end of the day, it's like we know.
Hey, Yvette.
That's Evie.
Evie, wait, girl, where you been at? She said people will look you straight in your eyes and lie and don't think nothing else about it. Exactly.
And you know where that's also coming from with the generations that we raising today? It's coming from the fact that the parents are not making the children understand that there are consequences to their actions. They don't get held accountable in the household because my baby, ain't nobody gonna say nothing to my child.
Yeah.
They better not say nothing. What you do? And then they go to their homegirls. Girl, she done got in trouble again. Yeah, she was up at that school acting a fool, girl. She had just like me.
Yeah.
But we need to start training our children again that you have to take accountability for there are some consequences that's going to come. You got consequences and you got rewards for your actions. Your actions going to yield one or the other. But if you know that you're doing something that's going to cause you to have to hurt somebody or be hurt yourself, then you automatically know when I get caught, you should already have a game plan. When I get caught, I'm just going to tell the truth.
Just tell the truth.
I'm just going to tell the truth.
Yeah, man. And I, like I said, that was a lesson that I had to learn. I had to learn it. And I lost some friends along the way, some girlfriends along the way. Probably should have lost them. I wasn't mature enough. I was with them in my immature state. And if I was able to do that in my immature state, I wasn't at my full self, so I didn't need to be with them anyway. Not saying it, derogatorily, but the point is, like, when you in that state, you don't really need to be in a relationship anyway. You need to mature so that you can give your full self before being in a relationship.
Right.
And I wasn't mature. I was giving my half self because I didn't know who my whole self was.
Right.
And because I was giving my half self, then the other half of me was a lie anyway. You know what I'm saying? It was a
wow.
lie. That half was a lie.
Wow.
Because I didn't even know what it was. So I was trying to present something I didn't even know about. You know what I'm saying? Because if you really understand what lies are not just little white lies that we tell. Lies are information that we withhold. Lies are information that we don't say. You know what I'm saying? There's other forms of lying. There's omission. You know what I'm saying? That's a level of lying.
Well, you didn't ask me.
You didn't ask me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know why you couldn't tell them? Because you didn't know.
I didn't know to ask you that. So what do you mean?
Yeah. But you didn't even know what to give.
And then a lot of people are so gaslit that you know the truth, but you just don't feel like you can ask or say nothing because you just don't want an argument. So you kind of like don't say anything about it, and then you speculate and then you go through phones, and then even the crazy part, when you go through the phone and you find out what you needed to find out, you still need to hear him say it.
Yeah.
Well, I just need to hear him say it. You don't. Even before you found out, you didn't. Because if you're in a relationship that's gotten you to the point where you feel like that you have to go looking and you feel so out of sorts and mentally you can't eat, you can't think, because you constantly wondering if he out there out and about, then that's unhealthy anyway. And you don't need it.
Elijah said those I'm sorry's were given over and over again, but still followed by the lies. So my question on top of that is, can there be healing or reconciliation after a lie?
Absolutely.
That's a good question.
There can be.
Can there be healing and restoration after a lie?
Yeah. There can be.
And I honestly believe that there can be. I just think that, knowing the truth, I think because that is a level of vulnerability for somebody to really be able to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they are afraid of what they're going to get. I just believe if we help with the conversation, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? I don't like what you did, but I do appreciate you telling me the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At least guide the conversation where they don't feel like they're going to go through any more punishment that they already probably taken themselves through on the inside.
Well, it's real difficult to do that, because if someone is in that vein, and let's say I come in a very
I'm sorry, Eliza's funny today.
I'm almost feeling disrespected.
Don't do that.
Cut. Where the little cut thing at? Cut.
She said that's a whole nother topic right there.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
Eliza, you real funny today to my husband, Auntie. Because every time I get ready to talk, he goes to giggling.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Are you?
Yeah. Come on.
Don't rush me now.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
See how that go? He gonna try to rush me now. Okay. So I forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay, cool. So with that being said, like I said, making the conversation, I think if we make that conversation compatible or conducive to taking accountability, you know what I'm saying? And because sometimes now when we know the truth, if you really look at the rest of that episode, like she played a part in him lying, because at the end of the day, instead of him just kind of being honest with him, she honestly really didn't want it. She was making it hard for him to be with her. Like she was totally shut down.
So that's why he went and did what he did. She had a part to play in it.
Yeah, she didn't give him herself. She didn't. She made it hard.
She did.
She said, I cannot get past the fact that you still live with your parents.
Which is a part of who she is. She was
But
honest.
he was doing it to save money. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but see, you're missing the point. We know why he was doing it. But the whole point, you just said she played a part in the reason why he did what he did.
Yes.
No. She was who she was. She was honest about it. Her honesty just did not look like pretty, but it was honest.
Yeah.
So what he had an opportunity to do at that point was be honest and true to himself. If that's not something he was able to do, he should have said that.
I think he said that in every way that he knew.
He never
how.
said it.
He did. You got to go back. You got to go back and look at them episodes. You got to go back. He did. I promise you.
Did he say to her, hey,
what do I need to do? Because you are closed off. Okay, what
do I need to do?
Yeah.
That's not saying, hey, I know that this is like what we agreed to be married, but I cannot continue to take this rejection. So what I'm gonna do is opt out.
Well, again, like I said, hey,
she can't
Pastor
make him
Lavelle.
do anything. He made a decision, and you know what's
no. What I'm saying is, okay, I hear what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, in a situation like that, everybody has to take accountability, because again, if she deliberately, they're in a marriage already,
right?
And they're supposed to see the whole process through.
Right.
That's what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
So being in that marriage and seeing the whole process through, she gave nothing.
Wasn't that part of her process?
The point that's a part of her process.
Okay.
But me trying to get you is a hard thing. You're not giving me no attention.
Said it was gonna be easy.
I'm not. No. We're not saying it's gonna be easy, but come on, now. Like, at least have the conversation. So again, this is what I'm saying. This is how men trust. If I'm talking to you and I'm able to give you the deepest secrets of me,
mm-hmm.
that's how I trust.
Right.
But if I'm with somebody who always gives me the very thing that I'm struggling with, is rejection, is no validation at all,
mm-hmm.
none of that at all,
right.
You're not getting that, then all I have to do is have a conversation, because that's what he did. He had a, not saying it is wrong, but it could happen.
Not saying it is right.
Not saying that it's right, I'm sorry,
mm-hmm.
Not saying it's right, but it can happen. If you have a regular conversation and somebody, hey, how did it go today? Oh, dang, you concerned about how it goes? Thank you. I appreciate that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, man, you're showing a level of concern for me, at least even giving you the conversation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, he wasn't the only one wrong in the situation.
How was she wrong by being who she was?
Because she did not want to be there, and it was like she was only doing it. She did not want to be there.
She tried. Let me tell you something. They said that process all in itself is very
Thank you, Aunt Liza. She rejected him from the beginning.
She probably was rejecting him, Aunt Liza, but they said that process anyway is a very strenuous and hard psychological process. You married to somebody, hold on. You married to somebody you've never met before, right? So she had to wrap herself around the fact that she says she's very controlling. Her family even said she likes her life to be a certain way. She felt like she was losing control. She was trying to come out of that place, but she could not. But at some point, guess what she started to do? She started coming around the bend. In that marriage,
After.
It doesn't matter
yes,
when.
It does.
In that marriage, what do you tell a married person then, Pastor Jay?
What I tell them,
when things go wrong, go out there and connect with someone else?
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, take everybody, because now she didn't give him not even the attention. But when you're developing a friendship, because that's what relationship is.
Right.
You have to have a friendship. So if we can't talk even on the friendship level, you know what that says? That means I accept you in your flaws and you accept me in my flaws.
So wait a minute. Or worse.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't know you. They don't know each other.
Right.
So there is no connection. You can't go, there is no connection. I don't know who you are.
Right.
So if you now, if we was in a relationship before they got married, that's why this is the process. That's a hard process to get with somebody that you don't know.
I know.
You don't know.
Right.
You don't even know who this person is. So that means you're not willing to, it's gonna be harder for you to change or try to come around a bend, as opposed to getting to know the person before you get married.
Right.
And marry them when they're around the bend.
Uh-huh.
She didn't get around the bend. And
Right.
it took her a lot to get her around the bend.
It was only a few weeks.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, when you don't know this person, because again, remember this, you got to come to the decision whether you're going to stay that. So if I don't never think you're going to get around that bend, I'm not thinking in my head.
That's when you lose hope, and that's
what
on
he
you.
did.
That's on him.
That's on her too.
How?
Because she didn't even allow him to be who he was. She didn't accept him for who he was.
She did.
No, she did not.
She was trying to get through her process.
What episode are you watching? You watching a whole nother show.
No.
You didn't watch that because you didn't see. No, sir.
Well,
no, sir.
all
No, sir.
I'm saying, well, the way, because just because I see it differently from you don't make the way
I'm
see
saying
it wrong.
no. What I'm saying is, she had a part to play in that, and I felt like when now she's trying to go to the extreme to get the answer that she seek, when it was like you didn't care about it in the first place.
Okay, so I get it in the first place, but you don't know how you're gonna respond in a situation like that. You don't know how to navigate. That's marriage in itself is hard. Wait a minute. This is an experiment.
Okay, wait a minute, hold on.
So she was going through a process in the experiment.
I get it.
Be there. I know you don't know me, but you agreed to marry me. So be there for me through the process.
How can I be there for somebody I don't know?
You signed up for
Wait a minute. It's different. No.
You signed up for it.
It is different for me to go there with you, to be in it with you and go through things with you. You know why? You know why? Because I know the very fiber in your nose hairs.
Okay, but at the same time...
Wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. So it is easy for me to go through what it is. You cannot say he shouldn't have sound out from... You cannot say that.
I didn't say it wasn't easy.
Because if he's not getting nothing from the person that he said...
Then make a decision to end the experiment.
The point was...
But instead,
no. You
he
can't say make
became
the decision.
connected with someone else.
Someone
else's wife.
Yeah, that's my point. Because again, they can't help because both of them were having situations.
You said they can't help what?
They couldn't help but because they came together as friends. And the friends, again, this is what I'm saying. This is how it starts. Because if you were coming together...
But there's a such thing as self-control.
That was self-control.
They didn't self-control.
That was self-control.
Because he knew that he liked her way before she even mentioned she liked him.
I mean, he was attracted to her, but he didn't know.
Which, in that case, when you're attracted to a woman, shouldn't you at that point say, yo, I'm married and I'm falling for you, so what I might need to do is step back.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Let me ask y'all a question. And y'all out there on me.
Y'all, it get heated sometime in the Moore household.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me ask y'all a question. Let me get to it right here.
Liza say, no, she never came around.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
She started looking for a reason to exit, because why would she be looking for a reason to prove that he was lying? Because he was lying, Liza.
Yeah, but
so she was looking.
I know we don't want to kind of get on Liza. You kind of right. Because we don't know who saw the show, so we don't want to debate.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't know who saw the show, so this could be, we could have people on here looking like, what are y'all talking about?
Right.
So yeah, we don't want to veer off. So we want to kind of bring it back. Thank you for that. So
Liza, get us together on Liza. She said y'all getting off topic.
So remember this, and I believe this, like being somebody who lies. There is. And I say it for me, there is something that you can do to not be a liar no more.
Talk about it.
First and foremost, taking accountability. You have to be able to take accountability. One thing liars, I say it because I got the T-shirt and the hat. One thing about liars, it's hard to take accountability or responsibility for the choices that you made. There are some people who just say, you know what, take me for, but and I had to get to that place because again, there were certain things about myself that I was not happy about. I wasn't happy about, and because I wasn't happy with me, I tried to make me be something that I wasn't.
Right.
So when consequences came, I didn't want to deal with it.
Right.
And the thing that I knew to do was to avoid it and say, and I'm lying about it. And
because that's what lying is. It's avoiding.
Yeah, it's avoiding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so first and foremost, you got to be able to take accountability and responsibility for the choices. If you made a choice and it was the wrong choice, take responsibility for it. Say, you know what, dang, I made the choice. Dang.
And it's about how you come. Like, let's say you did lie and you lied in my face several times about it. We know that it's tough for you to come forth and be honest. But when you finally do come forth, it's how you come and say, you know what? I lied. The whole time I've been lying because I ain't know how to handle the situation. You was right. I was doing this, and that.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to give you that so you can make the decision you need to make because that's on me. My bad. I did that.
Yeah.
When you come like that, no matter how much you lied about the situation and you look me dead in my eyes and did it, I'll start thinking differently about, okay, wow.
So let me ask you, because I heard Elijah say something earlier. Like she say, sometimes people don't stop lying. They don't stop lying. Could that be because there is not a space for the honesty to happen?
Sometimes.
There's not a space for the honesty to happen.
Yes, sometimes I believe that the reason why somebody keeps the lie going is because, like you said, it's that thing of I don't want to get in trouble. And although that seems like a little child's statement, as a child, it was very, very big to you. I don't want to get in trouble. But as an adult, it didn't get any smaller. It's still that thing of I don't want to get in trouble, or I don't want them to see me wrong, because everybody want to be accepted at some point, especially by the one that you love. Even though you messed up, you still want that person to see you in a certain light.
Yeah.
So it's you will
Hey, Mama Cheeks.
you will lie to, in a situation where someone's not giving you that safe space to be honest. But what's the safe space? Because you're going to come to me with something that can hurt me.
A prolonging punishment.
Okay.
Because sometimes now, because there's a level of selfishness that could go on from both parts. There can be selfishness from the person that's lying because you're withholding information for whatever reason you're holding it for.
Yeah.
You're lying to the person.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when the person who has been lied to, now the person that told you to lie is vulnerable, then sometimes we want to make them feel like how they made us feel.
Right.
So we hold on, or we make them suffer for longer than, you know what I'm saying? So this, so we may not speak to them or we may leave the house and not talk to them for 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 5 weeks. Don't answer the phone, send them, he lied to me. So, we dealing with the fact, that they lied, and then the punishment that we give them is longer than somebody would really desire for it to go. Now, I'm not telling you this, how to get over it, but sometimes when the punishment goes a little extensive, you know what I'm saying, then that could warrant somebody saying, I can't tell her the truth, or I can't tell him the truth because, or there's a level of violence that happens. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you cheated on somebody I've seen some people respond with hitting. I've seen some people respond with picking up something and throwing stuff, or something really drastic happening.
Drastic.
Yeah, so drastic measures. So sometimes people don't, if the punishment is, should the punishment fit the crime? I can't put the judgment on that.
It depends.
You know what I'm saying?
It depends on. Who knows what?
Because
I
think it's the tent. So my question. Here's my question to y'all. A woman discernment will expose the lies. I get it. I get that.
It will, until we second guess ourselves, because our desire is to believe you.
Yeah, but even in the discernment, can that discernment give you the reason, the intent behind it?
No.
Because 9 times out of 10, it wasn't hard to discern the lie, because it didn't even sound
his
like,
explanation didn't even fit.
Yeah, it didn't even fit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So some lies are pretty much like that. It ain't making sense. You was supposed to go to the laundry at 3, and it's 5 o'clock, and you saying you just going to the laundry.
Yeah.
It's 5. You told me earlier you was going to 3. What happened in the middle of it's 7 o'clock now? Well, I just got here. Why you just got? I told you. No, you didn't. You know what I'm saying? So
and that's the thing. One sign that you possibly, not all situations, know that person lying is when you do say, okay, you said you was gonna be there at 3. It's 5. You say you just can't. The question is, what happened in them last 2 hours? What were you doing? And they get upset and get mad and turn it on you and all that stuff. That lets you know something in the water not clean. The reason I say that is, you said you got the T-shirt. Like, you used to lay some bombs out there. However, that's not how you are today. That's
really not how I was then.
Well,
that was my. Go ahead.
To the period, real quick. Cause like there are times, especially with the schedule you have as a barber, you know, it's like, babe, I'm on the way home, and you don't make it home. It's like, wait, we don't live to the point where it's taking him an hour and a half to get here. Half the time, I know you now, and I know you somebody probably came in and you start cutting the head and forgot to call me and say, babe, somebody walked in, I'll be home a little bit later, or whatever. So if I'm asking you, babe, you said you was gonna be home an hour and a half ago. What's going on? You immediately be like, oh, I had so and so come in, or I went to go wash the car. So I said, let me wash it while I'm out, and it becomes a conversation instead of comeback.
Well, look at this like this. Too, this is what happens as well. There are certain people. This happens. Let me tell you that this happens. I'm Rouser, this happens. There are certain people who have been lied to before the relationship that they are in presently.
Right.
And sometimes that relationship reminds you, or something that you did in this present relationship reminds you, or it triggers what you didn't heal from in your last relationship. So you go on asking questions because of your level of not wanting to get played. Right. Or your level of to not wanting to go through this again. So you will ask questions and keep asking questions. And when you ask questions, nobody wants to be private investigated without believing. Now some people don't mind answering questions,
right? But
answering questions because you don't believe the answers is a whole nother different situation. You understand what I'm saying when I say that?
Yeah.
It's like, you just like the rest of them. Like,
right.
You know,
and it's like you believe that no matter what I say,
no matter what I say.
Yeah.
And there are situations like that as well that go on, and we just overkill when it comes to asking questions because we and ourselves have something that we never dealt with in our past.
Right.
Whether it did happen when we were younger, whether it did happen when we were in a relationship prior or relationships prior. You know what I'm saying? They lied to us. So if they stay out and they literally out, and we calling them and they're not answering the phone, the first thing in our head is, what you doing?
Yep.
Well, I didn't hear the phone ring. Why you not hear the phone ring and the phone be right? I watch you here and you on the phone all the time, and you all of a sudden you don't hear the phone ringing.
Right.
You lying. It's like, wait a minute.
That's a different situation right there.
Yeah, wait a minute. I didn't hear the phone. I didn't hear the phone. And so automatically that'll tell you like, dang, he or she that does that is already combative when it comes to working in. Cause that's what it be. The fact that we already have problems solving situations and issues.
Yeah.
If there's a problem that we cannot come together and let us reason, then you're already on 10 from a conversation or something that we working out that don't even have to do with a lie. So because now you are already going on 10, and this is something that because I didn't hear the phone ringing.
Right.
Now, what if I stayed out late? You know what I'm saying? And I just really didn't want to come home because I didn't want to have to argue because I didn't hear the phone. But you saying I'm out there doing something. So, but I got to tell you, I went to my aunt's house or whatever because already you're combative. So what I'm saying is now what we don't do is we don't even look at the intent why sometimes people don't feel comfortable telling us the truth.
Right.
Like I'm saying, I'm not excusing the level of honesty that should happen no matter what.
Right.
But again, there should be a level of communication. There should be a level of times where we are able to problem solve. And that's what happened. Well, a lot of people that I noticed even today have an issue with problem solving.
Yeah.
That is the issue in a lot of marriages. That's the issue in a lot of relationships. They have a hard time problem solving. And the crazy part is, it's not like you're not gonna have problems. I don't care how in the word that you feel you are. Yep. You still come from two different backgrounds, and you're going to have disagreements. So how do you agree to disagree, or disagree to agree? How do you do it? How do you problem solve?
Right.
How do you meet in the middle? And if you meet in the middle going all the way into the other side and start crossing boundaries, then how do you be honest with somebody like that?
Right. I definitely get that. I see where you're going with that, because at the end of the day, when someone makes it makes the relationship difficult to the point where they're not relating. Nothing is reciprocated. Like, I'm trying to be there for you, but or I didn't even do nothing wrong, and the first thing you think about is, I'm like, dude, you was with before me that did you like that. That's not me. It's like when you have those kind of situations, it make it very difficult for you to sometimes, when you want to be honest, not saying you should lie, not condoning a lie, but it does make it difficult for you to be honest and say, yeah, this is what I did, because they'll hold it over your head. They'll use it as a weapon, especially if you have kids involved. Sometimes them kids get pitted against each other. So it's a lot that goes into that. That's when you know, it's like, why you gotta lie? Sometimes it's like, I gotta lie because I don't feel like getting beat up today.
Yeah, Elijah said, she said, that's why I said a lie can damage trust, but lying destroys trust. If you have a strong trust foundation, you don't have to overthink about if you're not right on time.
Right.
And I get it. I understand it. I really do get that. But again, there are certain situations when, and I've been in situations like that where they say, you ain't gonna tell me that you such, and it's like, you're not even hearing me anyway.
Right.
There are some certain situations when you are with somebody who don't know how to work out problems, or who don't know how to work out disagreements, because it's either your way how to deal with it or no way at all.
Right. Or somebody that just cannot get past their trauma.
Yeah,
They
happens.
can't get past it enough to see you differently, because you you just like everybody else.
Or you ain't gonna tell me that your phone, you ain't hear your phone. You ain't gonna tell me that.
Oh, you
gonna lie.
Yeah, I already know how when dudes do this, I already know what that means.
Yeah,
it's
like, wait a minute.
No, that ain't what I'm doing.
That ain't what I'm doing.
But you can't justify what you're doing in their eyes, because they already have it set that if this happens, then it means this. And that's what you're doing.
Yes. One more thing. I got to kind of finish this out right here, y'all, because we was talking about how do you become honest? How do you say that? And the first thing I said was take responsibility.
Yeah.
The second thing is stop making excuses. Don't stop making an excuse. Because what we do is, when you say, I was tired, I couldn't do that, what I'm saying, we making an excuse for telling the truth. And the last thing I want to say is accept the consequences.
Accept
them.
them. You're not going to die.
You're not going to die.
Well, I mean, hopefully.
I mean, yeah, preferably, but accept the consequences, man. And two, some people not only have problem solving skills, but some people, sometimes sorry just ain't enough. Seriously,
right.
Sometimes a sorry, you don't mean it.
Especially if you keep getting a sorry, then the actions come again and you get another sorry. Yeah.
But a sorry is changed behavior. That's why I say, if you're able to accept the consequences, take responsibility, stop making excuses, then guess what you do? You change the behavior.
You change the behavior.
You don't just say sorry. You show it.
Yeah.
You show it by doing these things.
And you got to be consistently showing it.
Yes.
And you know what? When God do it in you, though, it's like you don't have to try anymore.
Yeah.
He processes you inside. There's some pains that he deal with. There's some broken places that he puts back together. There's some pain that need to be healed that he gets his hands on. And once God does that in you, then those things that he says, the old man is gone. It's a new man now.
That's right. There are a couple of scriptures, and then we got to go, that really talks about that. Proverbs 12:22, it said, the Lord detests lying lips. He detests lying lips. Ephesians 4:25 said, put away falsehood and speak the truth.
And speak, that's the solution.
Yeah.
And speak the truth.
Speak the truth. And the last thing, tell the truth, because the truth shall set you free.
And we want to be free.
Do you know how it is to be bound?
Yeah.
By lies?
Goodness.
Who's the father of lies? It's the enemy.
Yeah.
Do you know what you're carrying around when you're carrying around lies? You're not. It's almost like that's the thing that's separating you from God, because he said he's the what? The way, the truth.
There it is.
The truth, and
the light.
Come on here. So if he's the truth and he's in you, then you walk around with a level of freedom. How free it is to be able to be truthful.
Yeah.
It is so truthful to be, just to tell the truth. It is freedom. It is freedom. Stop living in bondage with lies. Lies put you and keep you in
freedom.
bondage.
It is freedom.
Yes. So that means that means if you don't accept me for who I am, I love the truth about me. I love the truth about me enough to say it does. I don't need the validation from somebody else to say, I accept who you are. I don't care if you accept me, because God accepts me. You know what I'm saying? And I walk in that truth. I walk in that faith. I walk in that belief that I don't have to put myself or be something that I'm not. I am who I am. I am who God created me to be. And this is what we should say. And this is what we should continue to believe, so that we can walk in the truth. So that we don't separate ourselves from God from a simple lie.
Yeah.
Because one thing, it also says in the Old Testament that lying was one of the sins that God despises.
Yeah, absolutely.
He despises that. You know what I'm saying?
He know who the father of lies are, his enemy.
He despises it. So listen, y'all.
I love that.
Yeah. I'm the type of person, Elijah said, I'm the type of person that knows that you are lying. I would ask you again just to see how many times you will lie about it. Lie about it. Some of them be hilarious. You know what the crazy part is?
True on Liza.
That is so. I heard a lot of people say that. They say, I already know the truth. I'm just giving you the opportunity to be honest with me.
That's what a lot of women say.
Yeah, I hear them say I'm just giving you. I already know because it is funny.
I already know the truth.
Like that's why we showed the clip, because that was funny.
Like,
it was hilarious. Like, this
she
dude,
knew the truth.
She already knew he was lying.
Yeah.
Because it was because of what the text message said. But then when he said it was food, it was like, Nick, you wanna
wow.
the food looks sexy
right.
The food looks sexy. The food walking around here in lingerie.
Right. Yeah. So one thing I want to say, one thing I love about Shift Real Talk is that we can have these hot, heated conversations, and we can come back down to a place where we get the truth. One thing is for sure, two things for certain, that without God, you will fall for the father of lies tactics. He will cause you to feel like you justified in some of the lies you tell. But when God takes control and his Holy Spirit joins with your spirit and he start working some things out inside of you, then you will realize that, wow, I don't even have to lie no more. I used to tell my husband all the time, God does not bless a lie. Anything you have to do to get something and you have to manipulate a lie in it, don't ask for God's blessings on that, because he will never bless a lie.
Man, and I had to learn that the hard way too, man. You know, getting the car loan, I put that I made a certain amount that I didn't make just to get the car loan, and the guy was willing to do that. He changed the numbers on it and everything, and guess what? I drove that car about 3 times, and it was broke the rest of the time we had the car.
So much money.
Spent so much money
just
fixing it, and
still
because it came from a lie, and it was like, you know, there was nothing blessed about that situation.
Right.
And the crazy part is sometimes we allow our situations to determine how we tell the truth, or whether we should tell the truth in a situation, because we're surviving. And survival, I know some people who lied to get stamps. Say, hey, but they work. I'm not working. You know what I'm saying? I can't get a job, but they working off the books. There's no way the government can track your income because you're working off the books, but you'll lie to get food stamps. But it's still, I've seen some people lie and get those type of food stamps and it get cut off. Something happened and it get cut off. But it's still, you're not going to, like she said, it's true, and we got to go, that you will not be blessed by finagling stuff, by lying about stuff, by even that type of lie is not, you're not going to be, it's a level of manipulation and control, and it's not. That's right. He don't bless mess. He does not bless
not at all.
Mess. Annie, Mama Annie, we love you, girl.
Annie Ward.
God does not bless mess. So it's so important, y'all, that we are very truthful about what we say, and how we uphold the standard of holiness.
Yeah.
Because we are supposed to be a peculiar nation, holy, set apart. That means we, even though we're of the world, in the world, we're not of the world.
Yeah.
So that we carry the characteristics of God, and carrying those characteristics of God is to be who He destined you to be.
Yeah,
for such a time like this, y'all.
For such a time as this.
Listen, y'all. Y'all do me a favor, man. Y'all subscribe to the channel, man. We're reaching our numbers. We're reaching our goal. We want to keep bringing y'all this content, man. We want to take it to another level. But it's going to take your help. We need your help, y'all. And all we need you to do, we're not doing an offering line. We don't do that. The Lord didn't tell us to tell you to give $200. He don't do stuff like that. But what I'm saying to you is, all we need you to do is subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe.
That's it.
Go on YouTube. Talk TV.
I need everyone on here. Love you, Mama Annie. Everyone on here. We want you to go to YouTube and subscribe. We're getting there, but we need you to subscribe to Shift Real Talk on YouTube.
Shift Real Talk TV.
Subscribe, so you can become a part of the nation, so you can get notifications every time we go live. Every time we do something, you'll get we're putting the shorts out. We hitting it up. We getting a lot of views. Last week, I believe we had 60,000 views. And nobody subscribed. They're watching us. They're watching us, but we need you to subscribe so that we can keep bringing it. All right. So with that being said, and man, listen, boy, I'm your boy, Pastor J,
and I'm your girl, Lady Free. And until next week, same bad channel, same bad place. Peace.
Thanks for watching.